Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the CW. There's some major shakeups at the CW that's been going on in the last week or so. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay, so as you guys all know, I have new merchandise available thanks to everyone that has got some new merch. Shout out to Jamie and Nathan who got merch during last night's live stream. So for all of you guys who get merch, of course I'm going to shout you out in videos, and as soon as the merch arrives at your house, send me a photo and we'll be sure to include a photo of you in a video to give you a big shout out for supporting the channel. And we got a big announcement here because everyone that gets merch from yesterday onward will be automatically entered into a competition, a giveaway for The Flash Season 9 on DVD. The Flash Season 9 comes out in 1 month's time on August 28th. And on that day, that's when the competition is going to close, and one of you guys is going to be picked out of like a random generator, and you'll receive the latest season and the final season of The Flash on DVD right in your own home. So go ahead, go get merch now, because that is the special giveaway we're doing from now on, so you have less than a month. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about today's main topic. So as you guys know, the CW is really heading downhill and they have very little original shows left. They've pretty much just got All American, Superman and Lois, and a couple of other shows. And they cancelled pretty much everything else, like whether it's the Arrowverse, whether it's just normal shows like Kung Fu that were previously airing on the CW. They've cancelled pretty much everything. So they really tried to whittle things down under new ownership since Nexstar took over the CW. And so this is all to save money and try and make the network profitable by buying cheaper TV shows that had already been made and have them produce like original game shows, talk shows, things like that could get more eyeballs on and make money for them actually having to put less money into it. So that's just where the CW is at, and it's pretty clear right now, you know, they are just trying to figure this thing out. And this TV Line article that we're going to be breaking down is titled "The CW Pulls Down to Earth with Zac Efron," that's the TV show, and Fantastic Friends after 2 episodes. So we're going to get into this because this, to me, signifies the early beginnings of the end of the CW. Like, this is going to be their downfall, and I really don't see any way out of it. And I think they're going to come crawling back to Warner Brothers to try and get IP that is noticeable, that people want to come back and actually explore. And I think Warner Brothers is going to have a great deal in this, especially if the CW totally flops, which I'm pretty sure it's going to head towards that way within the next year or two. So let's go ahead and break this down. So Down to Earth is down and out. The CW has pulled the Zac Efron Travelogue TV show after 2 episodes. The network has also removed Fantastic Friends from its primetime lineup. That actually stars the 2 actors who were the twins in Harry Potter, the Weasley twins. And so they're going to be replaced on Tuesday nights in primetime. So that's where The Flash for many years occupied that spot on a Tuesday night. Also, Superman and Lois most recently occupied the Tuesday night. I think Superman and Lois will come back to a Tuesday night when it eventually gets season 4. But for now, they're going to be replaced by Penn and Teller, Fool Us, and Whose Line Is It Anyway? They're going to be filling in on Tuesday nights beginning August 1st, so that is today. And so, yeah, they're going back and literally doing more reruns of these game shows. And these game shows have been on the network for such a long time. I feel like people just flick it on and watch it, and these are reruns. So these are episodes that people have seen. They're probably going to click off once they've seen it, because they'll be like, okay, you know, I watched this a while ago, why should I watch it again? And so clearly they are panicking behind the scenes, because Down to Earth with Zac Efron debuted on the CW on July 18th, so not very long ago, with over 300,000 total viewers. And then the audience for its second outing dropped 24% in 1 week to 232,000. Now let me talk about why this is crazy. And this is supposed to be a new show, right? Down to Earth with Zac Efron. They obviously bought the rights to it, and they thought, okay, right, Down to Earth, it has Zac Efron in it, this should do decent. However, this show is already on Netflix, so most people have Netflix, so they can just go ahead and watch all the episodes at any point rather than waiting week to week. And in terms of Fantastic Friends, that isn't actually available anywhere. That is a pretty new show. Even though it's not like a brand new show, it came out in 2022. The first episode was in November, and the last episode, which was the 6th episode, was on December 14th. So it's not a new show, it's not exclusive to the CW. Different places around the world, like Canada, they have access to the show. I believe it's available in the UK as well. And so this is not unique to the CW, and I think this is where they are not thinking straight, because why would you bring a show to the CW? Why would you acquire it, pay for it? Something like Zac Efron's Down to Earth, that is readily available on Netflix, and most people saw it when it came out. Why would anyone be interested in watching the whole show week by week, every Tuesday night? No one's going to come back and watch it. You can watch the whole show on Netflix right now. I understand Fantastic Friends, yes, it's not as widely accessible in the US, so that makes a bit more sense. But acquiring a show like this, putting it on prime time, and expecting it to do well after more than 2 weeks, which they literally just gave it 2 weeks, I don't know what they're thinking. How is this going to be profitable? Because their viewership numbers are going to go absolutely down the drain. And at one point, if they did continue Down to Earth with Zac Efron on the CW, I believe the viewership would have been less than 100,000, because you saw a 24% drop, which is a big drop from the series premiere. Obviously, the premiere always does better than most of the episodes, unless a show really picks up and people start to get drawn to it. But going from 300,000 to 232,000 in 1 week is crazy. So just add that up and see how low it would have gone if they let the show continue. So it really doesn't surprise me that they actually withdrew it, because they don't want to be embarrassed by terrible viewership numbers. And so it falls behind shows like Nancy Drew, Family Law, The Rising, and Children Ruin. Those are just some random shows. Obviously, Nancy Drew has been on the CW for a while. That's one of the OG shows for the older regime of the CW. So yeah, its viewership numbers were falling behind, and yes, there's still shows that are less viewed than that Zac Efron TV show, including Fantastic Friends, which was averaging about 160,000 per week. Nothing on the CW is performing well. Obviously, the shows that they've got in development for new seasons, like Superman and Lois season 4, like new seasons of All American, and the other shows that they picked up, they're bound to do well, and they're just going to be waiting for that to happen. Obviously, it's going to cost them more money to produce, but they're still going to get better viewership numbers. So I think this is all heading towards a big downfall for the CW. I talked about this on the live stream last night, but I really think that Next Star is heading towards a really terrible part for the CW. I think the CW at one point is either going to cease to exist, or it's going to get to such a point that it's so bad once all those original shows like Superman, Lois, and All American go away, that in the next 5 years they're going to come crawling back to Warner Brothers and trying to get projects that are of interest to people. I get it that they want to save money, but they don't realize what the CW's audience is, and they're trying to make it into more of a wide network, so most people can just come there and they can get a wide range of shows, rather than being quite specific like the CW previously was. But they don't have that audience right now, and that's going to take a long time, and they're probably going to lose a lot of money because they're doing all these acquisitions. Yes, they're buying them on the cheap rather than producing them themselves and taking the hit in terms of making maybe really good TV shows and actually funding them, rather than just acquiring them from elsewhere for cheap. So I really wait for the day when the CW actually heads towards a place where they're we need the Arrowverse back, we need Riverdale back, we need all of this that we just literally cancelled for the sake of it, just to save money. I'll be waiting for that day, and honestly, I'm kind of rooting for this. I know it sounds terrible, but I think the people that have taken over the CW really deserve to learn a lesson about what they're doing, and I think this just kind of serves them right for throwing away so many people's livelihoods and throwing away some great TV shows that those people created, all just to save some money and try and get the network profitable, which I don't think it's going to ever be profitable. I think before it becomes profitable, it will collapse. And so I think this is just like a new sign that this is happening. Also, in the meantime, they're also trying to expand the network by becoming also a sports network. So they're not becoming exclusively sports, but they're also having sports alongside acquired fictional programming, acquired non-fictional programming, game shows, reality shows, and obviously now they've got Live Golf. That's pretty big. They were criticized for going into a deal with them a while back, and now they're also getting into the racing game. They have made a deal with NASCAR. So in 2025, apparently the CW is going to be airing NASCAR races. That's pretty big in some parts of America. And so yeah, they're trying to basically dip their toes in different places, try and make as much money for as little as possible to try and make the CW profitable. And again, I just don't think that anything they're doing is working, and I think it's just going to be like these shows that was announced to be pulled from the network. You're going to start seeing that more and more. They've already done it with 3 shows. I think it's just going to happen to all of those other acquired shows as they try and fit them in as like regular weekly screenings in primetime slots where The Flash, Superman, Lois, Riverdale and everything like that would normally be, because I don't think people are going to be like, okay, it's 8 o'clock, let's go ahead and watch the CW, because I think people are going to realize quite quickly, okay, there's nothing really of value here. It's nothing original. It's nothing unique to the CW. They can watch a lot of this on other streaming services like Netflix. It's basically going to become a rerun network, and they're going to have a couple of game shows. They're going to have some sports, and that's going to be about it. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Sorry for ranting quite a bit, but I just wanted to get my honest thoughts out there in terms of what they're doing and the fact that, you know, I think this downfall has already begun with what we're seeing in this article that I broke down today. So for now, if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It really helps out the video getting out there to all the people on YouTube. Also subscribe and turn on notification if you are new around here. And remember, from now on, if you order merch before the 28th of August, you'll be automatically entered into a giveaway for The Flash Season 9 on DVD. The more items you buy, the more name slots you'll get put into the random generator when the winner is actually picked. So say Nathan buys 2 items, that means his name is going to be put in twice. Say Jamie just gets 1 item, his name is in once. Hopefully you guys understand that. So for now, click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see room.